the nation for export of coal, and not just coal for black people, Republicans, coal for everybody. Join me now is Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott. I will allow you, Mayor Scott, if you choose to do so, to respond to the tomfoolery and attacks on you for having the nerve to be black and also a man.
Well, listen, I know, and we all know, and you know very well, that black men, and young black men in particular, have been the boogeyman for those who are racist and think that only straight, wealthy white men should have a say in anything. We've been the boogeyman for them since the first day they brought us to this country. And what they mean by DEI, in my opinion, is duly elected incumbent. We know what they want to say, but they don't have the courage to say the N-word. And the fact that I don't believe in their untruthful and wrong ideology, and and the fact that I don't believe in their untruthful and wrong, the first day they brought us to this country. And what they mean by DEI, in my opinion, is duly elected incumbent. We know what they want to say, but they don't have the courage to say the N-word. And the fact that I don't believe in their untruthful and wrong ideology, and I am very proud of my heritage and who I am and where I come from, it scares them. Because me being in my position means that their way of thinking, their way of life for being comfortable and suffering, and while everyone else suffers, is going to be at risk. And they should be afraid, because that's my purpose in life.
And by the way, you know, the coded racism, before we even knew the nationalities of the men, Maria Bartiromo was out there talking about open borders and trying to somehow signal that they wanted to go after the brown people too, because of course that is their other target. We know that the men who do this hard construction work overnight, trying to fix the potholes on this bridge, working very hard, were Latino. And so that's now on the table too. We know that this ship, which came from Singapore, was piloted by a very heroic crew from India, whose mayday call saved lives, not maybe saved lives, but did. So this is a full-throated attack. But this is also what America is.
I mean, again, now I want you guys to understand, all of this is coming from one anonymous X account, right? That's where it's coming from. They're trying to now say, well, everybody on the right is saying this. Nobody on the right is saying anything about this guy, this mayor, being a DEI hire when it comes to this specific situation.
Yeah.
Now, when you look at Baltimore as a whole, okay, and the fact that Baltimore is not doing great, and it wasn't doing great before him, okay?
Yeah.
But I can't say that he's necessarily made it better. Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, I think that there are criticisms to be had about his job performance, and the fact that that city still is a disaster.
Yeah.
Okay? Then again, this specific situation, now when you look at Baltimore as a whole, okay, and the fact that Baltimore is not doing great, and it wasn't doing great before him.
Nope.
It's saying anything about this guy, this mayor, being a DEI hire when it comes to this specific situation. Now, when you look at Baltimore as a whole, okay, and the fact that Baltimore is not doing great, and it wasn't doing great before him, okay, but I can't say that he's necessarily made it better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, I think that there are criticisms to be had about his job performance, and the fact that that city still is a disaster, okay? Then again, is it all his fault? No, because again, it wasn't that great before he became mayor. But when people use the term DEI, okay, I think that it is appropriate to use that term to describe certain mayors that were elected literally because of their skin color. Like, for example, Brandon Johnson. He's a DEI mayor of Chicago. Why? Because the only reason he got elected is because he's black, right? He's a black male. Okay?
Crazy.
How do we know that? Well, we know that because quite literally, black people lined up and voted for him because he's black. They didn't listen to his policies because they actually listened to his policies.
Yeah.
They would have known that this guy was pro sanctuary city.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
All of the things that Brandon Johnson's doing that these people are so upset about, he told them, hey, yeah, this is what I believe on the campaign trail. They clearly didn't vote for him because of policies. They voted for him because of his skin color. That is DEI.
He was up front about what he about what he supports. He said that he said that out the gate. He said that out the gate. He said that out the gate. But people still voted for people, but a lot of black people still voted for that guy. They still voted for that guy. They still voted for that guy because of his race. Yeah, you gotta worry about the policies. Do the policies have laudability? Laudability? Do they help all people, not just one group, but all people? Do the policies truly help all people, not just not just not just not just one group, not just one group?
This guy was pro because he's black. They didn't listen to his policies because they actually listened to his policies. They would have known that this guy was pro sanctuary city.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
All of the things that Brandon Johnson's doing that these people are so upset about, he told them, hey, yeah, this is what I believe on the campaign trail. So they clearly didn't vote for him because of policies. They voted for him because of his skin color.
Whoa.
That is DEI. I mean, clearly and obviously, that guy is
No
not
doubt.
qualified to be mayor of Chicago. Okay, that is DEI.
No doubt.
I mean, clearly and obviously, that guy is not qualified to be mayor of
Nope.
Chicago.
Nope.
Okay, he's in over his skis, so yeah, DEI, right? And it is not racist. It's just what it is.
Logic.
Okay. When
What
it comes to
BCP
Tiffany Henyard,
just said.
out in
What
um,
BCP just said was logical logic. It was the truth, not odium, not nastiness, not nastiness, not nastiness. The truth.
that is DEI. I mean, clearly and obviously, that guy is not qualified to be mayor of Chicago. Okay, he's in over his skis, so yeah, DEI, right? And it is not racist. It's just what it is.
Yep.
Okay. When it comes to Tiffany Henyard,
Yep.
racist is just what it is.
Yep.
Okay. When it comes to Tiffany Henyard, out in Dalton,
Yep.
who by the way, Joy Reid hasn't talked about, right? She hasn't said anything about Soul Sister number one out there, DEI. Well, why is she DEI? Well, because quite literally she got voted into office because she's a black woman.
Crazy.
Okay? Because again, if you listen to her talk, and you looked into her history, you can clearly and obviously see this woman is not qualified to be leading a town. Okay? Not at all. But why did she get elected? Well, it's because she's a black woman, and hey, she was going to make history, right? We got to make history. This is what they brag about. Look at Cringe Jean Pierre, the
Yep.
press secretary for the White House.
Kareem.
Clear and obvious DEI hire. In over her skis. Can't answer a damn question.
Crazy. Sad.
Ketanji Brown Jackson, the Supreme Court. Biden
Yeah.
said, hey, I'm going to put you in
SCOTUS.
your position. The press secretary for the White House. Clear and obvious DEI hire. In over her skis. Can't answer a damn question. Ketanji Brown Jackson, the Supreme Court. Biden
Yep.
said, hey,
Yep.
I'm going to put you in your position literally because you're a black woman.
Yep.
Right? I'm going to
Yep.
pick a black woman.
Wokeness.
He didn't name any other qualifications. He said,
Nope.
I'm just going to do it because she's a black woman.
Nope.
That is what people talk about. Ketanji Brown Jackson, the Supreme Court. Biden said, hey, I'm going to put you in your position literally because you're a black woman.
He did
Right? I'm
say
going to
that.
pick a black
For
woman.
Leiden did
He didn't name it.
say that. He did say that. Wokeness.
you in your position literally because you're a black woman, right? I'm gonna pick a black woman.
Yep.
He didn't name any other qualifications. He said, I'm just gonna do it because she's a black woman.
Crazy.
That is what people talk about when they talk about DEI, and it's
Yep.
not a race thing. Again, that's how you know these people are ignorant, right?
Yep.
They want to make everything out to be a race thing, okay, when it's not necessarily a race thing. Really, what it is a woke thing, okay? You know how you know that? Because DEI isn't just about race. It's also about your sexuality and your gender. For example, Biden hiring Rachel Levine to be the assistant health secretary. Yeah, that's DEI, right? Because the only reason that person's in that position is because they're trans. You guys know
Crazy.
that. When Biden hired Sam Brinton, or his administration hired Sam Brinton to be a part of, I don't know, the energy department or something, clear DEI hire, right? Because he's trans. I mean, the
Crazy.
dude ended up becoming a criminal. He was a criminal, right? The bag bandit, right? Stealing people's bags in airports. Yeah. So it's not just used to describe people who are put into positions of power because of their race. It's also used to describe people that are put in positions of power because of their gender,
Yes.
because of their sex, because of their sexuality,
Yes.
because of all of these characteristics that really don't have anything to do with their qualifications,
Facts.
which is something that the left is doing. But
Mer-
see, they don't want you to
meritocracy.
criticize that, right? They don't want you to call them out for putting people in power who should not be in power, who are not qualified.
Meritoriousness.
Gender, because
They
of
do
their
not
sex, because of
hire
their sexuality,
based
because of all of
on-
these characteristics that really don't have anything to do with their
on
qualifications, which
merit,
is something that the
but
left is doing. But see, they don't
on-
want you to criticize that, right? They don't want you to call them out,
Goofy-ish. Race, like,
which is something
yeah.
that the left is doing. But see,
Like
they don't want you to criticize
DCT
that,
said,
right? They don't want you to call
race,
them out for putting
sex.
people in power who should not. Position of power because of their gender, because of their sex, because of their sexuality,
Yes.
because of all of these
Yes.
characteristics
Yes.
that really don't have anything to do with their qualifications, which is
That-
something that the left is doing. But see, they don't want you to criticize
Nope.
that, right? They don't
Nope.
want you to call them out for putting people in power who should not be in power, who are not qualified to be in the positions that they're in. They don't want you to call that out. So now what they're trying to do is they're trying to take one anonymous account, they call this guy a DEI hire, probably inappropriately, probably not at the right time.
Yeah.
Okay, they're trying to take that and
Agreed.
extrapolate that and say, well, this
Agreed.
is the right, use a DEI as the N word, right? Everybody on the right
Stupidity.
uses it. So when they use DEI, they're calling you the N word, right?
Crazy.
That's what they're doing. Because
Fake
they don't want criticism
narrative.
of that ideology, okay? They don't want you to criticize it. So again, I want you, right? That's what they're doing. Because they don't want criticism of that ideology,
Yeah.
okay? They don't want you to criticize it. So again, I want you guys to understand, this is desperation. Again, I'm not
No
defending
cap.
that post, that account put out there, because I do think it was inappropriate. I don't think that you're doing anybody any favors. You're not doing conservatives favors when
Nope.
you have these anonymous accounts,
Nope.
these large followings that are putting out these very, very, very inflammatory
Divisive.
posts when they don't have any skin in the game. Okay, I don't think that they should be taken seriously by anybody on the right or anybody on the
They
left.
make
Okay,
the
any
whole
anonymous-
right look bad. The right wing anonymous people that do that.
you have these anonymous accounts, these large followings that are putting out these very, very, very inflammatory posts when they don't have any skin in the game. Okay, I don't think that they should be taken seriously by anybody on the right or anybody on the left. Okay, any
Yeah.
anonymous account should not be taken seriously, right?
Yeah.
Regardless of what they say. But because again, this has become a national news story based off what an anonymous account said on
Wild.
X, shows you the desperation of the left,
Wild.
how they really want us to stop talking about DEI and to
Yeah.
stop calling out this agenda that, in my opinion, I think is
Soft.
going to essentially destroy this country, right? It really
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Okay, because we're not doing things based off merit anymore.
Nope.
We're doing things based off skin color, race,
Woke.
gender,
Wokeness.
qualities that have nothing to do with
Wokeness.
performance.
It is people of multiple races who do the hard work to make America work and literally make it work. Talk about the importance of this sport and how quickly you believe it will be back up and working.
I will do a part 3. Yeah. Yeah. Wokeness does not lead to good results. It does not lead to good results. It does not lead to good results.